sins you've ever committed, you can be forgiven. And the grace of God is superabounding. No matter how much your sin has abounded, the grace of God is superabounding.
Amen.
The grace of God can overcome any depths of sin and depravity in your life. And that's a wonderful, wonderful truth. But Paul the Apostle anticipates a question. Down in chapter 6, down verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? See, when he says in Romans 5:20, where sin abounded, grace did much more abound, he knows somebody's going to come and say, well, if the more we sin, the more the grace of God we get, let's all just keep sinning. I mean, you want the grace of God, don't you? He said, well, the more I sin, the more the grace of God abounds, so let's all just keep sinning and sinning and sinning. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Look at that. So what does this mean? Somebody, what does this mean? What does it mean to be dead to sin? Because that is now your status and my status as believers. We are now dead to sin. What does that really mean? Before we were saved, we were dead toward God and alive toward sin. Hear me now. If you're here tonight and you've never been saved, you are spiritually dead. You are dead to God and alive unto sin. That is your status. Dead toward God. Every one of us were once dead toward God. That's why we needed to be saved. That's why Ephesians 2:1. And you have been quickened. You have been made alive who were dead in trespasses and sins.
Come on.
So for the first 20 years of my life, I was absolutely dead toward God. Even though I went to Mass on Sunday. You see me in Mass? There I was. You're not born again the next minute you are. And you get a spiritual birth certificate, which is your name written in the Lamb's Book of Life. And that's important, isn't it? You know why it's important? Revelation 20, verse 15. Whosoever was not found written in the Book of Life was cast into the lake of fire.
Yeah.
Very important that your name is written in the Book of Life. That is your spiritual birth certificate.